First, we can try to ground the spark plug. See if we get a spark. These super gap spark plugs. Just gonna crank the car for me. I'm down to help for now, but it's gonna cost them 15 minutes. I'll take a yes on this one.
First carry for James Conner. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Taste the success of this art.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Half hour. If I give you a brand new Pepsi exhaust,
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
That's right. Let's do it. Don't get it off. He's a gambler. He's a gambler. He's got a problem.
Murray now to throw.
Like a casino.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me. I'm going to let him strike my defense.
Exhaust with Rex is pretty easy. I think that he can do it in 30 minutes, no problem. Once you get on your back and you're doing what I call the buff surgeon, where it's like you have to be like super precise, but you're also bench pressing the entire time, and it gets pretty good.
On 1st and 10, it's Conner. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it's going to be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because they're in sync. As we're seeing so far, that continuity is there. You can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. To be a very long night for the defense. Someone going to run for some big yardage.
Turn him into Iron Man from Iron Man 3, where he doesn't even have to suit.
Murray now on 1st down. He's got Green. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Murray to give. This is Conner. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play. So now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job of stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The line to gain is the 33. And 3rd down. Here's Murray. Brings it in. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down. So they're going to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to get on 3rd down. They did.
I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I think my shot is going to go because the closer you get to the end zone, it feels like it's a good nice tempo to run those routes. He's taking a chance on the running past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early when you're going to this. That's a big lead shot there, sitting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good throw to set up 1st and goal.
Jenny, your car looks tight. Not mine yet. I still haven't started it. That's what I get. So Andy,
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal.
That are keeping it from starting. One is at the front, and one might not be at the front. I don't think Andy realized.
They'll run here with Conner. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And as a defensive defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, and making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. That held him in no game.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
18 minutes, Andy. You notice anything weird about it? Being worn out. Like maybe someone filed down the rotor. Like who would do that? Someone doesn't want to see me win. Need distributor. So
we're scoreless
the ignition system is the distributor and distributor cap. And so what I have here in my hand, this is actually
back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession.
It'll spin.
As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
As it passes by these little pins right here, it'll send a spark to the individual cylinder and the individual spark plug. So what we've done is slowed down the metal portion of this rotor so that it won't be in contact with the probes inside the cap, so the car won't get any spark. Good luck, Andy.
Tim sees that creeping up, that could show him there's a serious problem.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they call it flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase them. Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On second down now, it's Connor, and a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. A lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Most turbocharged cars, we hear the turbo
play action.
whenever exits pressure. Those noise are
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him on the backfield any way they can.
That's WRX. The turbo emissions spin up to 190,000 RPM. But even at much lower speeds, we should be able to hear it. We should also be able to hear
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
No turbo noise.
Oh my.
Now that Tim knows this, pretty good idea.
Brandon, I'm getting better over the years about screaming out, scream with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wound up picking up positive yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go on the ball. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Get at it. Might need a new turbo. Which would be fun because it's boiling hot right now. I'm hoping
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Smell on both coolant and oil makes me think it's probably the turbo. Air cooler's coming off first, everything's kind of underneath it, away from the seed. What's going on here? Nice. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at the air cooler. There's a little oil.
We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando. Our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And this will be stopped at the 44. That'll be good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
This engine, exhaust gases go through here and spin this turbine. You get a bunch of exhaust that spools up this turbine and creates pressure. So what happens is this wastegate detects a certain amount of pressure and it opens this hat to let a certain amount of exhaust bypass so you don't have this turbo spooling out too much. It spins too fast, it'll burn us out.
Tackles made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there after catch and we get guys on the ground, we can work with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Touchdown. Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, helps close in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of it we're seeing here.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
We have a naturally aspirated. We got a waste
Prater on to have the extra point.
What kind of person would just grind that off?
Pieces of shit. Right, man, that's turbo. It's a gaskets. Brand new, huh?
And it's good to make
Okay, so there's some parts that
14-0.
they can transfer over. Wastegate's green and just
To the ship.
It's time for the CarParts.com pro tip, brought to you by CarParts.com. CarParts.com. Get the right parts right now. And at checkout, they'll even give you a quote to have somebody install it for you. I bet the
After
Tim
the
wishes
touchdown,
he had
out
that
is
kind of
Prater
service right
to
now.
kick.
We're about 1/3 of the way through today's game. He's got the old turbo out. He's got the new wastegate
Bill
onto
is
the
going to
new
take
turbo.
it out of the
Now
end
he's got to
zone.
put it back in. Usually taking things off is a
And
lot
he'll be out of
easier in
bounds,
my
just
experience
shy
than
of the
putting
30,
new things
right
back
at the
on
29.
correctly. This is usually the worst part.
Yeah, just trying to remember what everything was, how many records. 1 hour 30 remaining.
1 hour 30 remaining.
AKA
Halfway through the game.
90 minutes.
The Chiefs
Tim's got the new
offense
turbo
about set to
in the
begin
car.
this
He's got the
drive.
downpipe attached,
And with
now
them
he's
down
attaching
2
the
scores, you wonder if they
making
might try
really
and put
great
something
headway.
together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Sliding out of the pocket. And going deep the hill. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this throw a bit late. He couldn't reach back for it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes escaping the pressure right.
Oh, get out of here. Oh, they gave it to him. I tackled that for hell.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Make it boost. Make it boost. Yeah, your car. Hey! Let's take a bird drive.
That's clean. That was clean. Yeah,
Last night I had a dream.
This is fun.
I was on this ranch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Big, beautiful, sturdy.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Good place.
Is there a glitch in the system?
Sure too big. 100% real. 100% God. Build now. Don't
Ready to go with their next
this is the
drive
play.
at the line. The
Hurry up,
Cardinal
hurry up.
offense.
This could be the play.
7-point lead. They'll likely look to take this to
Oh,
the
he's
locker
blitzing.
room and not really press the issue.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video and everything else I'm doing. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. For those of you that don't know, congratulations to Sam. Thank you to the crew.
Here in the first half. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Shotgun now from Murray.
Oh, they get the
It's
throw.
2003 Jeep Wrangler. It is
Card's
a
going to call
beaut,
another
but there's just one
timeout. Their
problem.
second
It doesn't run.
as they stop it with 16
This
seconds
is
to go
Devin.
in half
He's one of
number
our
one.
actual subscribers. He's never seen this Jeep before, but if you can get this start and
The
drive
drive
it out of
becomes
this
twice as
garage in the
difficult
next 2
now
hours,
after the sack. It's 2nd
let's
and 20.
go, Devin! 30 minutes, Devin. 30 minutes.
From the
Along
gun,
the way, we'll talk you
Murray.
through what's going on in Devin's
Going
head so that
deep
you
for
can learn how to
Hopkins.
think like a mechanic and have the skills to take on a problem like this yourself. Will he be able to fix it? I don't know. Let's find out. Devin,
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender,
Nolan, it's a big
I know the
moment.
ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there active free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Murray.
Now, just to be clear, this Jeep ran
And the reception
just
made by
fine.
Green. And this
He
offense going to
hit
like to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
And everything Devin needs is in this garage. If he asks us for the right part, we'll give it to him.
Here's Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013.
So far,
This
Get it?
is the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
No, you got it. 57-yard field goal coverage to end. Oh, I have to kick it off still. There's still a second left. That's crazy.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go.
Before I ask for if it's possibly the ignition on the double check, just make sure that everything is where it should be.
You can cut the tension with a knife.
Thinking I might need a ATX relay.
That makes me scratch my head.
Definitely need a fuel pump relay though.
Fuel pump relay. That is not what I'm working. Nolan, we take 10 minutes off of the clock. 10 whole minutes.
Yeah. 10 minutes.
It'll be the Chiefs
So
football
I
to begin quarter
was
number
facing
3.
the
They
chart
trail
with
as we
the lid
are
of the
back
fuse
underway
box here,
now on EA Sports.
and I forgot to
Bill is going to
leave
take
out
it out of the end
the
zone.
actual locking pin relays.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Got dust off.
How about the EATX relay? Do I need that?
Are you officially asking for it? That sounds like a question.
Yes.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
I'm gonna get out here for that. Gets me ready for trouble though.
Equals passing
Alright,
the
so
ball more, but I'd establish a running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in
He
the
lost a
air.
total of 20 minutes off the
The
clock.
first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Point is, it's like a percentage of that.
Yeah, you gotta really look at the relays to see if they're even busted.
Ooh, he's found the owner's manual.
That's my bread and butter.
Now Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Just looking
And that's a
for
nice pickup of
possible
a first
fuse
down
boxes
on that second
and
down
what
run. And at
I
that
would need
yardage
as far
game,
as
they
starting.
can run that plan any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on
Sometimes I do that. I'm like stuck at the wrong and I'm like, fuck.
play action. Now
Fuck that
Mahomes.
timing.
Alluding to pressure right. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Using the key to do it. Heck yeah.
That's a very Jeep thing. I wouldn't understand.
I just like holding a flashlight because it makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Yell at him like his dad used to.
Just hold it there, Jeremiah.
I want to say it's the ignition switch, but it's just
First
I
and
don't know. I
10.
keep
It's
doubting myself.
Edwards-Helaire.
Thinking,
So that's the space following
Luckily,
the
it's time
display
for
of
the
power.
CarParts.com toolkit brought to you by
It's a
CarParts.com.
7-yard carry to set them up with a
Get the
second and
parts
3.
right now. And at checkout, they'll even give you a phone. Have
Now
someone
they'll
install
throw
it
with
for you.
Mahomes.
Guys, I think when I get home,
Rolling to his right.
Yeah, he's open.
On the right, he'll let this go deep right side.
You have to play Zelda on
And
my
it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's
I'm gonna say
football
I need an
101.
ignition
When you
switch.
have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas.
We're giving them all kinds of fucking games. Like, come on, ask for it. Jeez.
He has to do wrong.
I'm struggling.
Just won't lose any more time because they get a 1 minute He's not scared to ask for it.
Sure enough.
Extra time.
and with 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 15 seconds to go.
So here's the starter switch assembly. So what Adam did to destroy this thing is there's a little ball bearing in here.
Second down and goal.
Mess with it.
That's good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
Fire that one in there, able to make the next shot a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, the deflection works both ways. Maybe the defender gets a hand anyway and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it.
And he takes this into the end zone for the Chiefs touchdown. Mike Burton there on the touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try to do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go
like
forward.
extra hardware, like a nut or something like that, or the starter relay, or not the starter.
Specifically,
And the lead is down to a field goal.
Okay, there it is. Bring it over, James. Boom.
There it is. Check it off the list. Let's go, Devin. Let's go, Devin.
So I tried to start the car, noticed that the starter clicked, and then realized that there's probably an issue with the starter. So I went and looked at the starter.
This will be a return from deep in the end zone.
From the starter. Okay, so that seems like it just needed to go back on it. So he asked for the nut to put it back on. We gave it to him. It seems simple enough. He probably thinks it's going to work, but it's not. We actually destroyed the solenoid itself. So now that it has power, which I think he's getting to right now, he's going to try to start it again. He's still not going to start. So he's going to have to replace that starter.
Oh, God, it's funny. It's so fucked up.
Alright, so what are we doing? What are we looking at?
Well,
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
There was some power into it, but not enough to actually turn the motor over.
They know this is where you need to slow the
That's for
momentum
sure.
change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
So, I'm going to say
bring him down.
that's the starter itself.
Yeah? You asked me for a part?
Yes.
starter, baby! Available at carparts.com.
Starter!
Devin just asked for a starter. That is one of the things wrong with the Jeep. You got one at carparts.com.
Starter! You asking for a part?
Forward now is Murray.
Switches me. Oh, don't throw it like that, coach.
And this one will be brought back to the 22. My goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Oh, they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Holy God.
Right side.
And
How you
remember,
feeling
this
about
drive
your,
started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So here we have a starter, which is responsible for, you guessed it, starting the car.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Okay, sounds like a bolt's tightening. Yep.
They'll run. Here's Bolton.
The clock is at about
He
14
is
minutes.
in.
We're halfway done.
Kansas
So far,
City.
Devin has replaced
Mike
the
Burton.
ignition switch.
His second touchdown of the
Power
night.
to the
And the
starter.
Chiefs have taken the
Reconnected that.
lead.
Only to find out that the starter
Quite the
went back
comeback
to.
here. They
Right now,
have
he's
erased
ramping
that
up.
deficit, pushed
Starter.
themselves out in front now
Give
here
it
in
a
this
crank.
4th
She
quarter.
goes.
This game's got to call the horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because
Gotta reconnect the
to
battery.
their big lead,
Good on you
but
for
then
disconnecting
slowly and
in the first
surely,
place.
they've been creeping up and
Gotta
closing that gap. Now they're stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their
Currently gonna
defense to
see
finish this thing off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butcher on to kick it away.
I think that's it.
More now to
Takes the
return.
switch and the starter. The Jeep is running currently, but we'll stay
And not a
drive
good
it out of the
return
shop
at
in
all.
order to
Down
keep it.
inside
Did
the
he do it,
10,
Devin? You
back
ready?
at the 7.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long run that goes back in the opposite direction. But when the guys covering it, just being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible
that didn't
form
sound
tackle
good,
right there?
Devin.
Fuck was that?
And down
Oh
he
my
goes.
God.
That didn't sound good.
Oh, that didn't
Fucking
sound good,
transmission.
Devin.
Or the drive shaft.
Go to the next drive and out the line, the
That's not the noise
Cardinal
you want to hear
offense.
out of this
And now they look to answer working from score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
Well, looks like our U-joint broke off.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. Diagnosed that one. Close quickly. And forced the incompletion.
We'll accept that as an accurate request. You're going to get a U-joint with a drive shaft attached to it.
Awesome. I'll take it.
Brand spanking.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Murray off play action.
You're not done.
He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And he'll go out of
30 minutes,
bounds. Looks like
30
right at the
minutes.
15.
30 minutes.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's 25%. Made it.
You see any dents from where the drive shaft hit anything?
Honestly, I think we were good, actually.
They'll try run forward with Connor.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun place.
And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line.
Together. As soon as you start going, once it had enough torque flying in this run right here, right off. Now he swaps it out. Maybe the same will go. Maybe. If he put it in good. No one's checking his work. That's true. Yeah.
Murray now on first down.
Things that might be
Drive shaft on?
And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're going to get this beyond the 20 before he's
We had a
taken
false
down.
win. Drove a couple feet. The drive shaft exploded. Just replace that. This is the time. You drive out of the shop. Take home and free ride.
Not just for
Hey, that's the name of the
himself,
show.
but to keep the rest of the team relaxed.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
That sounds confident.
And Murray gets this into the hands of Edmonds. And taking it across midfield.
Boy, you
And
just gotta cross the
inside
finish line.
45.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, they need to hold down the field, very little resistance defensively. But they've got to be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Come on, back guy.
In Chiefs territory at the 44-yard
Good.
line.
This is your new team, dude.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the
Well, we had a
49.
little bit of a rough start,
So
but
a loss of
yeah,
5,
got
but it'll be
hung up on
second
the
down.
ignition switch, started doubting myself, and sure enough, that was the issue. But doubting myself, I started going around just to check everything else. Got 20 minutes knocked off of me for thinking that the fuses and relays were out of whack. But sure enough,
To
the
throw,
ignition
it's
switch
Murray.
was what set me on the roll. And then from there,
Flushed
checked
out
the starter,
line.
and just kind
All
of
that gets him is just a yard, and now it's
Thank you
third
so much
down.
for watching this video and everything else on Zone. Hit that subscribe button. Who knows? Maybe you could be sitting
Kept him under wraps.
new
On
old
that
part.
play, they held him to a short
Hit
game.
that like button.
Possibly a turning point.
Go to
Big play
donutmedia.com.
coming.
Get yourself
This
some
is third
donuts.
and
I'm
long.
super stoked about them dropping
Here's
plays
Murray.
every week. I love you.
Oh, we gotta catch that, brother.
Incomplete. The coverage too good
Oh,
there. The
no.
contact popped the ball free and it's forward down.
From a defensive
Oh,
perspective, they have
no.
exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's
This
pressure on the
classic
quarterback.
Chevy
They were getting
C10
after
pickup
him,
truck.
and they
It is a
tightened down on the
certified.
receivers and forced the incompletion.
There's only one problem. Doesn't
Now
run.
Murray's got to have this one.
This is Aaron. He's a
Every 15.
premium donut subscriber. If he gets this
More than
truck
15.
started and drive it out of our shop in the next few hours, he can keep it.
it's me in this car.
Does my ass look good?
Now, there are a number of things wrong with this truck, and me and the guys know all of them. How's Aaron going to know what to do?
So the
Where's
Cardinals,
he
they've got the
start?
football
How
here as
does
we get to
anybody
reset.
know what to do
They
these
come up
days?
on a
Well,
1st and 10.
we're going to
That's
guide
what
you
they
through
need to
Aaron's
score.
process, take you inside the mind of a mechanic, and hopefully gain some skills to diagnose and fix some problems on your own. As soon as Aaron touches that truck, the timer will start counting down to 2 hours. Aaron, are you ready, dude?
Yep. Let the game begin.
The last run got a couple.
All right.
Here's 2nd and 8.
He's in.
What's going to happen?
Nothing. What could happen? Off to a rough
To
start.
throw is
Now, to
Murray.
be clear, this car ran just fine.
They'll get this
You
over
have
to
every
Edmonds.
part that you
And
go
he's able to get it to
You
the
asked
edge of
for
the red zone at the 20-yard line.
and you asked for the wrong
The
part.
Chiefs
We're
will
gonna
use
take
the
some time
first
on
of
that
their
one.
timeouts As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Everywhere. Yeah, that's good to see. I work on fork trucks mostly. These beautiful Chevys definitely not my cup of tea. So let's see. Red is positive. That's what they say.
We have not sabotaged the tools.
That's a good idea. All right, 3, 12.6.
This will be a
That sounds all right. That's
pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Determine the battery's good. Now he's checking to see if the ignition switch is good. Turn the key so it tells power to go to a place that it needs to be to start the vehicle. That would be a good sabotage. We may have done that in the past. You might remember.
After the pickup of 5,
Well,
here's second and 5.
power. Check to see.
Now Murray.
Fuses?
Flush to his
There's
right.
not a lot of
Able to get away.
Yeah, no, there really isn't, which
No
makes me
gain on
stupid.
the play, and it'll
It's like a
bring
light
up
wire.
third.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and
have
try and
made the
run.
wire.
He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Grounded in kind of a weird spot, but it's grounded to the truck, at least for now.
What's wrong here?
I know what's wrong with it. You got no gas in it.
Back to
There's no
throw.
carburetor.
Murray.
All right, well, I guess I'll stop with this for now and say I need a carburetor.
Well, the Cardinals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to
I
put
think
the
you're
ball
probably
in
going
some
to need
tight
this.
spots all game
You guys know
long.
what the carb is. That's that big round thing that sits right on top of the engine, and its job is to mix air and fuel, send it straight to the cylinder so you can have combustion. Tuning a carb to get that perfect air-fuel ratio would take a lot of time. There's a whole craft to doing that. There's guys who spent their whole entire careers doing that. But putting one actually on the car isn't that hard. Really, there's a couple of gaskets. You got to connect your fuel lines. You have to vacuum lines. So once he gets all those pieces together, it should be pretty simple.
Do you have any experience with this carburetor?
Well, it depends now. I really don't. I used to Autolite 4100. It's basically the four version of this. So it's virtually the same. I'm still concerned though because I don't have power. Just to take a peek.
All right.
Just to take a
And he will
peek.
push his way
Right
forward
now,
down to
check.
about the 3 area. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. This is third and goal as Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got.
You definitely need spark, and he ain't got no spark. And I started to figure out why that is. And well, the fact is,
Murray to throw.
Got him. Let's go. Ball game. Ball game. I snuffed this guy. I was watching this and I'm beating somebody online, bro. And we're live. Yeah, we're live, bro. Oh, it's not over yet. There's still 3 seconds. There's still 3 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Oh, that's extra. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. With the plug. Yeah, that's good. I'm alive. I'm alive. Damn, it's still fucking sunny. I thought it was like nighttime rain. You know, crazy.
Check the ground.
You feel pressure with all of us in here watching you do every single thing.
My shivers are
If you're wearing a gas crisis t-shirt available on GoToMedia.com, but you're not having a gas crisis, you're having a mental crisis.
well, it's like a epigram. Yeah, that looks like it looks like someone
A lot of times these shots, including this one, people just spray paint the whole bag.
well, you don't have solid metal surface to attach to. You don't have ground.
Comes up empty. The ball game is over.
Oh, look at that! Oh, we got flasher lights on, baby!
That was cranking, but there ain't no fuel there right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's gas in it,
But it ain't pumping.
but it's not up here. It's all the way back
It's all the way
there.
back there, and it's
we
not
need
pumping.
some in there.
There's a fuel pump right there.
Oh, that's good.
Now, if anyone knows anything, fuel pumps go bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuel pumps go bad.
really want to check before I just assume that it's the fuel pump, that we're getting gas to the fuel pump, because who knows? Clogged lines happen sometimes.
Sometimes you don't talk to somebody for a long time, lines get clogged, you just fall out, you know? But
Yeah.
This has now turned into a story of long lost love for change, apparently.
Did you just suck on that?
Yeah.
What the is wrong with you? Don't drink gas! Don't drink gas! Don't drink gas!
That's a lot of gas.
That's crazy. Do you want some water?
I need a fuel pump. Right? I need a fuel pump.
Yeah? Instead of sucking on the hose, just freaking turn the car over and see if that pump primes, and then it'll pump gas to it, or it won't. Then you don't have to get freaking gas in your mouth.
That was quite the spectacle.
How his name's Gas Sucking Aaron.
Placing a bad fuel pump on a small block is a lot easier than modern cars, which are usually buried in the gas tank. Those aren't fun.
Nah, this is really tight. We're caught on something.
This one is just right on the side of the block. Very easy. So this is your mechanical fuel pump right here. An easy way to test this is to crank the car over without a fuel line coming off of it, and if it spurts out fuel, congrats, your mechanical fuel pump is working. These pumps are bolted directly to the engine. A camshaft lobe hits this push rod, which then hits this little arm right here, repeatedly, thousands of times a minute. That's how it pumps your fuel. One problem though. We did not give Aaron the push rod.
All right. Oh no. Wait.
What?
I knew it was. Something felt different.
What felt different?
Well, there is something that is supposed to be that I can't feel. Is there a push rod missing?
He said it.
Oh my god!
Who's got the rod?
Aaron, you're really smart.
I was freaking sweating.
I know, dude. I thought you were gonna put that thing on. That was exciting. This is why we do this.
There it is. Big old push rod.
This is a stick of steel.
Hop on in. You want to drop a chair in there?
I think he's in the official position.
Yeah, this is the official truck position.
1 hour remaining.
It's real.
Beyonce, who?
Time for the CarParts.com pro tip, brought to you by CarParts.com. Get the right parts for the right price, and at checkout, they'll even give you a quote to have someone install it for you. I bet Aaron wishes he had that kind of service right now. Really struggling with that fuel pump push rod, which is available on CarParts.com.
Oh no. The rod fell down.
It fell down?
Yeah, it slid back down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, heck.
The problem with doing this job is that sometimes that push rod can just fall right out of the motor, so there's a lot of old school ways of keeping that push rod in place while you complete the job so you don't have to mess around with it.
I gotta turn the truck over because the rod is in the wrong position.
Hands are clear. Hands clear. Whoa.
I think that's enough. We'll find out.
This is an off-center lobe right here. And so what he's trying to do is by cranking the car over, it rotates this around, so it's on the shallow side. It's on the thick side now. It's really hard to get that arm to push in and actuate. It's okay, though. I wouldn't be strong enough either. Nolan, would you be strong enough?
Hell no. Aaron's way stronger than me.
I got it in. I got fingers.
Okay. Guys, Aaron has fingers.
Aaron's got fingers.
Aaron's got fingers, everyone.
So there's 45 minutes left. He's diagnosing stuff really quickly and in the right way, but he keeps falling into these frustrating
Pratfalls.
little yeah.
This ain't going in. These bolts are too long.
Which, I mean, on a normal day would be frustrating as hell. Imagine being on the clock under the scrutiny of us boys.
100%.
I gotta take the plate back off because the rod fell down again and you can't reach it once it falls. It's literally not possible because it falls against the bottom of the plate. Chevy, why do you do this?
I really like Aaron, and I really want him to win this car.
Same.
There's still a few things that he has to, big things that he has to diagnose and do. So I'm really nervous for him.
I am too. We're getting to that point that, like, I'm playing it out in my head. I don't even know if he has it all the time.
Yeah.
Squirt, baby! Squirt, baby! Squirt, baby!
We have fuel. And it's everywhere. Everywhere. All right, clear?
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Eyes clear for backfires. It almost wants to start. She backfired. so it could be timing.
Oh, timing? That sounds important.
Yeah. Only a little bit.
You know what they say about cars? It's all about timing.
Got spark, so that's good. But there are other things that can cause problems with spark, and that is the timing of when that spark happened. And for that, we have a distributor cap. This rotor sits inside here, and it rotates in time with the camshaft. This rotor has a little pin right here, and that pin rotates along. As this rotates, the charge from the coil will jump onto that spark, leading it down a wire to the spark plug itself into the appropriate cylinder. And that is all timed based off the camshaft. Now, if that's not timed properly, the cylinder is going to get spark when it's not supposed to get spark, and the engine won't run. So what we've done is we've taken this cap and we've rotated it 180 degrees out. This is a very common thing people do. They install these incorrectly and they wonder why their cars mess up. Well, it's because your distributor cap is 180 out. You have reverse firing on all those 8 cylinders. He's going to have to figure that out. He's going to have to use his big brain.
30 minutes remaining, Aaron. 30 minutes. All right. There is a bracket holding the distributor down.
You said bracket like Scooby-Doo.
Looks like it's 180 degrees off. Which means that I need to lift the distributor up, turn it around, put it back in.
15 minutes. 15 minutes remain.
Well, let's try it. It ain't gonna hurt none to try it.
Yeah, it might. Where? Yeah. Fire!
We're on fire.
Oh, God. Sacrificing his flannel for the show, man.
The way that you make sure that you're in time is with what they call a timing light.
The purpose of a timing light is to figure out which individual cylinder is firing at which time. Right now, he has it hooked up to spark plug number 1, which is cylinder number 1, and he's using that light to shine down where there's marks on the harmonic balancer. So as that crank turns over, it spins, and it lines up lines that tell you that that cylinder should be firing when it hits those marks.
Okay.
You want it again, or is it lined up?
Not even close. Doesn't look like it. It should be working. I don't know what else to... 10 minutes remaining.
10 minutes to suss this out.
So the timing was way off. He also decided to change the distributor cap as well because he just changed the rotor. He thought maybe the new rotor and the old cap weren't playing well together. He's almost got that on. The timing is closer than it was. All right, dude, you got about 3 minutes left. I don't want to freak you out or anything. How you feeling?
Freaked out? Yeah.
The clock is moving so fast. It wants it.
It is cool. We're coming down to the wire.
Is the throttle cable connected?
Is the what?
Throttle cable connected to the car? Here's not.
No, it's not. Well, that'll do it.
Will it?
Try it.
Okay, try it.
The ground wasn't grounded. The fuel pump was horrible. Missing a rod and broken.
Timing is way off. Aaron, you are driving this car home today, dude. In the nick of time.
Help us make room for some new stock by buying some old favorites at our Donut Media garage sale. By going to donutmedia.com and getting some sick t-shirts on sale. There's some old limited release shirts in dark mode that we don't have very many quantities of, so you got to act fast. The sale runs from the 24th through the 27th of March, so you got to act fast. Go to donutmedia.com. It's your chance to even grab a classic donut logo tee for under 20 bucks. Put that link down there. Get you a sick tee.
Thank you so much for watching this video and everything else on Donut Media. And if you want to win a car potentially, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Are you a real subscriber?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You even bought the freaking shirt. Go to donutmedia.com, get your own shirt,
We're dropping new stuff every week. I love you.
Well, the guy's in Des Moines, Iowa, and this is a 1928 Ford Model A two-door coupe that I accidentally bought off eBay. Of course, it barely runs and has a ton of issues. So I'm going to do the right thing and try to drive this 700 miles back home, which is a feat in a classic car, but absolutely insane in an antique car. The good news is I know absolutely nothing about the Ford Model A. The gooder news is I have very limited tools because I don't know what I need. And the gooderest news is at 45 miles per hour and a 10-gallon fuel capacity, this is going to take me days and days and days. That's great. Welcome to Bicycle Garage. First time a guy is really hooking his peepers on this thing. Just dropped off late last night for me. My motel's right across the road here, but I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, how do you end up accidentally buying a Ford Model A? Well, the truth is, I've wanted one of these for 10, 15 years now, and I've been actively trying to buy one. My grandfather had one, and I just really respect the Ford Model A and the Model B and C, D, F, J, K, Elemental P, Z, Y, X models, because they really did, with their mass production, kick off the automobile, put her up in overdrive. And I've been bidding on these and losing for years. Well, as per usual, I found this one on the Evil Bay there, and I put in my max budget, the buy junk cars number, which was really, really low. And of course, the computer machine just laughed at me and said, yeah, didn't meet the reserve. The feller ain't gonna sell it for that. So I went on my way. I had zero intentions of pursuing it or bidding again or anything like that. Well, the next day I got an email. The reserve's been lowered on your item, which, I ignored. I've got 10 to 15 things going at all times, buying used tools and car parts and windbreakers from the 80s and vinyl records, and you name it. Next day, the reserve's been lowered on your item. Ignored it. Next day, same thing. Keep going. Day 5, my pocket computer rattles around in my pocket and says, hey, you won. You got to pay for your item. Well, I've never not paid, so flipped that up and took a look, and here's this Model A. Apparently I won the thing. And here's what happened. The guy that was selling it kept lowering his reserve all the way down until it met my, I guess, call it bid or offer, which was way down there. So I was shocked, really shocked. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't even message the guy, call him, nothing. Never even talked to him before I made the bid. So I quickly just paid him and thought that I got a deal of a lifetime. The description said, oh, I drive it every day, and we go to ice cream on the weekends, and take it to parades every year, and it runs flawlessly. No, it does none of that at all. Barely runs. Basically, it had to roll it off the trailer. It's got a ton of issues. And I'll kind of show you those now. Like I say, never even talked to the guy before, so I don't know any history on the car. We're just going to have to figure it out, I'll get you in here in a minute, but like I was saying, the second I saw this thing, I knew I got the old interwebs bamboozled. Guy clearly posted pictures of right after this thing was painted. I mean, there wasn't a chip in the paint or nothing. It was just
completely beautiful. The paint is junk. This is trash. Being I bid so low, we didn't get hurt, fellers. We're doing okay. It's a complete car. You know, maybe we can get her going. I hope so. You know, we better dig in though, because I got 700 miles to go. Let's walk around this thing, see what we're working with, and then I'll show you some obvious mechanical issues we've got to try to address. So from afar, she looks pretty nice, but once you get up close to this thing, all of the paint is spiderwebbed all over the entire car. See there, and it's chipped pretty much everywhere you look. Spiderweb, and then, I don't know, we might call it chippy. I mean, it's really bad. I don't know what happened here, some sort of chemical or fuel maybe, but it needs a complete repaint at this point. The color's pretty nice, kind of a maroonish with the black. Like the wheel color, kind of kicks off. Same thing here, and we've got a lot of the same going on the interior. It looks like lacquer paint. It's pretty common for that to happen. Got no plate on her. The top seems to be in pretty good condition. I'm thankful for that. Of course, someone had to put some house silicone around the edges and whatnot, but it's not too bad. She might hold some water for us. But listen to this. This is incredible. Isn't that awesome? Both doors are like that. That is really, really cool. Got some newer tires on here, I think, which they're a little bit weather cracked, but it's not horrible. Riverside. No, that's just a drainage ditch, pretty sure. Got some nice calculators on it. Not missing any lugs. I mean, it seems to be all complete. Solid running board. I'm sure the floors have been replaced. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Made in the US of A, like that. So this was my biggest concern is the tires, because obviously you're not going to roll into a Firestone or Goodyear or Bob's service station, and he's not going to have something like this laying on the shelf. We have to pretty much get that on the interwebs. Hopefully the lights work, because we're definitely going to have to travel at night if we're going to make this within a week. That's for sure. Looking pretty good over here. Pretty solid. I think there's only one dent. Maybe there wasn't. I thought I saw a dent in that door. But I mean, there's no big dents or anything like that, so a respray might be really feasible on this thing. Spared? Well, it's here. Oof, that one is in rough shape. Looks like a Goodyear. At least it's there. And it's holding air. So that's good news. Now, the interior on this is actually pretty decent. I gotta be honest with you. And I think it's the first one on the channel ever that doesn't have a super weird smell. This just has a very relaxing, antique-ish, leather, upholstery-ish, woodish smell. You ever walked into an old car museum that has a lot of 20s, 30s, 40s? There's just that. It's kind of a woodworking and blacksmith kind of smell. That's what the inside of this smells like. And at first glance, you know, it's complete. There's buttons and levers and stuff on the wheel and 18 pedals on the floor. Sure. See? You know, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks like it's all there. So that's neat. You know, I think what we got here, look at these seats, is someone must have completely rebuilt this car, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe? 18 years, something like that, I would guess. But same thing in here, just a really thin, they didn't put enough primer, and then it's just too thin a paint as well. It's just cracking everywhere. But the seats are beautiful. Nicely done. Rear seat. What is this? Okay, so that's going to be the floorboard. Yep. So that's the floorboard up here that is off for some reason. We'll have to check that out. But yeah, you don't have to worry about weight reduction on the floor fillers. It's all wood. And the body mounts to this are also going to be wood. Mileage It shows 3,178. Well, it doesn't have the original ignition. Should be a pop-out ignition. Key in, pops out, the button pops out. That's how you know it's on. That's a pretty common thing, just to put a typical ignition switch in there, lawnmower, whatever, you know. Got a quarter tank of fuel in it. Boop, 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 boop. Cute little guy. Brake, throttle, starter. Over on this side here, we're going to have your spark advance, your timing control. This is full retard. That's feed of the onions advance. Throttle there. Meeps there. I mean, that's pretty solid rig. Gotta be honest. A little pitted there. Not terrible. Pretty solid. Battery's off. We might as well plug that in now. There we go. Fleet Farm. That's probably going to be dead, let's be honest. Noticed over here, blowing in the breeze. What is this? Parade participant 2012, 10, 11, 9. So I think that tells us there it wasn't a parade from 2009, but he stopped going in 12. And I'm going to guess that that's how long this has been sitting, because we've got some issues. This coffee is really sour. Tastes like kind of like a wheat field. It's perfect. I'm going to shoot you straighter than an International 1086 hood. I did try to get this running last night. After, I don't know, hour, I was successful, but I could only get it to idle. That was it. Anytime you would even just blip the throttle, it would immediately quit. There's zero power, zero acceleration, can't rev it up, anything like that. The positive, the timing's out of whack, the fuel make it happen or needs a bunch of work, and most concerning, the water pump shaft is leaking profusely. I mean, it's there, it's obvious, it's happening. So all of those issues are going to need to be addressed before we even pull out of here. There's no sense in even trying. Plus, we got to take a look at the timing gear and really do a full inspection on this thing. Make sure to give us the best chance of even getting, I don't know, can we get 50 miles today? That'd be nice. Nice thing about these, once you understand their quirks and whatnot, they're actually very simple to work on. There's nothing crazy going on here. All the way down to the brake system, it's just levers. That's pretty much it. Underneath here, we just got a little 4-cylinder. I'll get you guys in here to take a look. This one is slightly concerning in a couple different ways. Very basic coil system here. We've got this water pump here that's leaking. We're going to work on that in a minute. That's probably my biggest concern out of everything going on here. Other than the special edition JB welded head, that's also a big concern. We've got leaks everywhere. That's not common. It's not very typical. See if we can plug some of those up. Some sort of weird, I don't know, that looks like something you wash your dishes with. Air cleaner attachment on here. Old Zenith carb. This definitely has some issues we're going to have to address as well. Some sort of homebrew belt tensioner, tightener that's not working. And look at that compression. 4-something to 1. Easily spin it by hand, which we're going to do in a little bit because we're going to have to set the timing on this, I think. Fuel sediment bowl doesn't look bad, actually. And there we've got the Ford Motor Company badge there. Get on the other side and take a look. And there we've got the Ford Motor Company badge there. Get on the other side and take a look. All this leaking over here is going to be the water pump, which is significantly over grease as well. We got grease everywhere on this thing. I could be wrong. I don't think this is the early Power Master setup here, which is a good thing because I think those had a lot of issues. This had some wiring a little crispy, but they might work. Looks like the headlights were rewired, so that's good news. Maybe those will actually work for us. Test them here in a bit. Oofta. Not very clean there at all. overheating is a big concern of ours if we're going to be wheeling this down the highway. More of this darn paint. That's too bad. Shoot. I think what I'm going to do now is just jump in this thing, see if I can get it fired up this morning. You guys can hear it run, maybe, hopefully, and then you can help me get this thing going here. We got my late checkout's at 1 at the motel. I don't have a wristwatch, do I? But anyway, we got to get on the road is what I'm saying, so we got to jump right in. Now, there's a process to get these things started, and it's not a difficult process, just a few steps. It's kind of like a secret handshake. Once you figure it out, all Model A should fire right up with these steps, but this one being the timing is not correct, and then the fuel making happen here, I think we've got plug main jet or something else going on. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but I'll have you jump in the passenger seat here and we'll see if we can fire this up. Oh, this is going to be a tight ride. Okay. Alright. So, we're going to make sure we're at neutralis. Parking brake is on. Fuel shut off's under here. Where'd you go? There it is. Crank that on. Ignition on. Like I said earlier, some of these are a pop-out. Now we've got the GAV or gasoline adjusting valve right here. You can adjust the fuel mixture on the fly, fellas. I ain't kidding you. You can fatten it up, slim her out, whatever you want to do, and if you pull on it, that's your choke. All right there. Timing, normally you're going to be in the full retarder up. But this rig, I know that's off. We might have to monkey around with it a little bit. The cruise control, throttle on the wheel here. I'm going to bring that down to where it just cracks the throttle. I can see it move on the floor there. Can you see that? I didn't think so. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go, I don't know, let's start with 5/8, 16/30 seconds, a half, something like that on the GAV. I'm going to pull out the choke just slightly. Hopefully it'll pop off and I can just drop that back in. There we go. Bring the timing up. See, I shouldn't have to go full to get it to idle like that.